Okay, y'all see who she's got washing these collards.
Y'all, Roy went out to the, good morning, I'm roasting, but my roast is up on pantry. Roy went out to the garden this morning and got us some collards, and we're washing our collards. What he does, he doesn't pull up the whole collard, he just kind of strips the leaf off like this, and then when we get them in the house, well, you can watch him.
I stem them.
He stems them because I don't like those big old stems on in my collards. So we take that big stem out and feed them to our rabbits. And I've got right here, we bought a fresh ham not long ago and had it sliced. And we love fresh ham sliced and just cooked like a pan-fried pork chop. So a fresh ham is a ham that has no seasoning in it. It's just like a Boston butt, kind of, except it's the ham part. And the scraps from I call them scraps, the end pieces, the gristly pieces, I cut them up and I put them in little individual sandwich bags and I put them in the freezer. So that's what I use, and I put on my bag fresh ham seasoning pieces, and I date it. So, because we have a lot of collards this morning, now if I was just doing a few collards, I would only use one of these packs, but we're doing a lot of collards, so I'm going to use all 3 of these packs. And there's not much, and I'm going to bring it up close so you can see. It's just like the end pieces like that, and this adds a lot of flavor to your collards. So I'm just gonna put it in the bottom of, and I'm doing it in my Instapot this morning. Where really this is a Cuisinart, they call it electric pressure cooker, but it's the same thing as an Instapot, and it's just a Cuisinart instead of the Instapot name brand. So I just
Now a lot of cooks, when they have it, and we do too, when we have it, you put cured ham or
Yes.
cured ham hocks or
whatever
cured bony
seasoning.
meat of any kind.
We just really like the fresh ham flavor. And if I don't have the fresh ham seasoning little bags, I use Boston butt. I'll just I'll buy a Boston butt, use that. And you can use pork steak, any fresh meat we like. So Roy is getting the stems off, and then I just I don't like those big leaves in there, so I just kind of tear them like that. And you can get more in your pot when you tear them, or cut them, or some people put them on a cutting board, but I just tear mine. And so.
The collards are delicious, especially when she's gonna pan fry or
Pork
cook
steak.
pork steak. Now,
Like I am
pork
today.
steak is delicious. Pork steak comes off of the shoulder area up here, and it is just so good because it has a little more marbling in it than pork chop. You know, pork chop can be sort of dry. Pork steak is not dry.
It is the top end of a pork chop. Is that right? Kind of.
Well, it's up in the shoulder.
It's in the shoulder.
Some of the shoulder a lot of times.
Pork chop comes off the loin.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
all right. Now I am gonna put a little bacon grease in with this, but when I start to season it,
A little bacon grease. Come on, let's put some bacon grease in there. They're
When
supposed
I-
to be greasy.
when I start to season it, then I'll come back and I'll show you. But we're gonna keep washing right now. Okay. But instead of packing all of my collards in here at one time, what I do is I kind of season each layer. I put some in, and then I put a little salt, just a little pepper, then I'll put more in, and that way, as they cook, then I have several layers. I don't all my salt's not sitting on top or on the bottom. So you can do it ever how you're used to doing your greens.
Just don't over salt and pepper it
No,
because you're layering.
no, but I just put like, I don't know, 1/4 and 1/8 of a teaspoon. But I just wanted to show you that. So, And I do have my my seasoning on the bottom because I did want it, but it'll still cook into my collards. So, all right. Now, these are gonna really shrink. Y'all, pepper does that to me every time I use it, just about it. These are gonna shrink. So, that's the reason I'm really stuffing them. I don't want that. That's the reason I'm really stuffing them in there good. All right, now, probably I have not even put a teaspoon of salt in. And I put about a half a teaspoon of pepper. All right, now I'm going to put some water. Now these have a lot of water in them, so I don't put a whole bunch of water. I only fill it, and I can tell by the way, I only fill it like to here with water, like a fourth, because they are going to shrink. So, all I have to be careful about is when I put this lid on them, making sure that there's not any collards or anything around the edge. If there is, it won't seal. And it's the same way with a regular pressure cooker. So I have to make sure that there's not going to be any collard that around the rim is clear. Okay. All right.
Twist and lock.
And make sure your little thing here is on pressure.
Your pressure valve.
Yep, your pressure valve. Okay. It's going to take, I'm going to cook these about 35 or 40 minutes. So, I guess we'll be back whenever they get done. So,
And then you're going to cook the pork steaks?
I am. I'm going to cook the pork steak.
So
I'll show you how I do that. It'll be on the same video, yeah. But after these have cooked and my timer's gone off, then I will let them naturally release the pressure. Sometimes if I get in a hurry, I'll release it myself. I'll put a towel over it like this so I don't get burned. And I guess you can see that. And release it, but that's not a good idea. It's a good idea to let it release on its own.
Most of them that cook collards know what that is,
yeah.
I guess.
So, all right, I'm gonna plug it up over here. And I'm gonna set my temperature, and I'm gonna cook this on low pressure. Mine has a low pressure, high pressure, a browning, saute, simmer, and keep warm. I'm going to do mine on a low pressure for 35, 40 minutes, probably 35 minutes. So we'll be back when they get ready.
Grandma, you light up my life. That's about as close as I can come to the key.
Y'all, you know I'm going to do some serious frying when I put on my apron because I don't want to get grease on my shirt. Okay, I've got my cast iron skillet behind me. I've got it on medium high, and I've got bacon grease in it. When I cook pork, I like to cook with either lard or bacon grease, and that's what I use most of the time anyway. Now, this is what pork steak looks like. It has a bone.
That's
now,
the shoulder bone.
Yeah, I have already cut this. It was a big piece like this, but I cut it in pieces where I can fry it, and some of it has the bone in it, and then some of it doesn't have bone, like this. It's so it's a big steak, and I just cut it in bite-sized pieces. Not bite-sized pieces, but serving-sized pieces.
And I eat it in bite-sized pieces.
All right.
I love it.
I'm going to salt and pepper. Now, this is just to your taste. And, you can put whatever seasonings you want on yours. We like, on our fresh pork, we like salt and pepper. And that's it. So, I'm just going to salt and pepper each side, just a little bit, not much. Now, this is the best piece right here. That piece with that bone in it, oh my goodness. You get to eat around that bone. Oh, it is so good. So good. So I'm just going salt and pepper.
Well, I'm used to getting the bone from growing up poor.
Yeah, well, Mama always got the bone. The back was her favorite part of the chicken. Now, I don't know whether that she wanted to give us the good pieces and her take the backs, but no, she loved the back. I love the back. I love to fry the back, the chicken back. It's delicious to me. That's where a lot of the flavor is.
There's a man your mother has pushed back and said, I'm just not hungry.
Yep,
So the children can have more.
that's right. Yep.
People don't know much about that this day and time.
Well, used to in the olden days, the adults ate first and the children ate last.
Yeah.
But we always do the opposite. We let the children eat first. And
Well,
then
that mother always aware of those children
yeah, I
and what
know.
they were going to get.
Yeah. All right, my grease is hot. You want to come over here a little bit, honey?
Sure.
Something to see about. I don't put much. I just put a little bit, just enough to kind of cover the bottom like that. And I want it hot when I put it in. And I'm not gonna crowd my pan.
These are about a 1/2 inch thick, aren't they, honey?
Yeah, I had them cut it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, about a 1/2 inch. And my collards are cooking here.
Ooh, that pork steak is smelling.
I know. They've got 28 minutes left. So I'm gonna keep frying it. My collards are gonna keep cooking, and I may make some lacy cornbread in a little bit.
You better. Sounds good frying, Grandmama.
I know, y'all. I put a lid on it because I wanted it to kind of. This is fresh meat, and it takes a little bit longer for fresh meat, so I put a lid on it, and I want some juice in it. And when you put the lid on it, it kind of smothers it, and you get more juice out. So,
I like that fit-all lid you've got there.
oh, I know. It fits, y'all. I love it. I got it from Amazon, and it fits like 14-inch, 12-inch, 10-inch, and 8-inch pans. So I love it. This is a 10-inch. This is an 8-inch. You see?
Iron skillets.
Yeah.
Yep.
But it fits any skillet.
Good.
Yeah. I love it. So, all right. We'll be back when this gets through frying. I'm gonna fry this, and then we'll be back.
Are we talking some sweet potatoes here?
Y'all, when I have collards or any kind of green and pork, like pork steak, pork chops, Boston butt, pork roast, anything like that, I have to have sweet potatoes. Now, I took one sweet potato. Now, this is my little silicone insert that I'm gonna put in my air fryer. Now, if I just wanted to like do these like frying them, I would put them in here. But I'm gonna put butter, and this is brown monk fruit and cinnamon right here. This is instead of cinnamon and sugar, I have monk fruit and sugar. I mean monk fruit and cinnamon. You can use Swerve. You can use it whatever brown sweetener you have. But this is what I had, and I didn't know. I found it in the cabinet yesterday. I was kind of cleaning out my cabinet. But I have just taken one sweet potato, and I peeled it, and I just cut it in rounds, like, I don't know, what's that, 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch, something like that.
Pretty close to a half.
Yeah. All right. So I'm just going to finish cutting this one. When it gets down here, it gets kind of hard to cut, but that's okay. I'll give it. All right. Now, I'm going to get I'll just get a little spatula, and I'm going to put a little bit of butter. Now, I could have melted my butter and poured it over it, but this is okay. Because I didn't think ahead. I just said, Roy, turn the camera on. I'm going to show them what I'm doing.
The air fryer will melt it.
The air fryer will melt it, yes. All right. Now, I'm going to sprinkle some of my monk fruit and cinnamon.
Can I just eat one raw? Ooh, that looks good.
Doesn't it look good? All right. And I'm going to put another layer like this. All right, I'm gonna put some butter in my pork steak behind me. It's getting ready to turn, so I gotta hurry up. All right, now this is the way we eat sometimes. Well, it's the way we eat. A lot of times we don't always eat sweet potato. We don't always eat, but every once in a while, indulge yourself. When you have something that you really love, like sweet potatoes with greens and pork.
Or just eat you one if you're really watching everything. Just eat one piece.
This right here, this will last us 2 or 3 meals. I'll eat a couple of pieces. Roy will eat a couple. Tomorrow and this was just one sweet potato. Tomorrow we'll eat a couple of more pieces with leftovers, the greens that are left over. So it's not like we're going to eat this whole potato.
Nor would we include high glycemic load foods with this.
Right.
But collards and meat
Yeah.
is not high glycemic.
No,
And so
no, not at all. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit more butter in here. Okay. All right. I'm gonna put this. I gotta turn wipe my finger first, get that butter off. I gotta turn my pork steak back here. Okay. Whew. It does look good. All right, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that I cooked earlier in with this. I'm going to turn it down on low, which is 2 on my stove. And I'm just going to let it sit there and just kind of simmer for like 15 to 20 minutes. Get it really, really tender, and it'll get some juices in the bottom.
it's so good when you do it that way. I love the juices too.
Oh yeah.
Some of that juice
We
over
call
that
it
potato.
gravy.
Yeah.
But anyway, all right. I'm going to put this in my air fryer. I'm going to probably do it on 350 or 60, maybe 360. I'll try it for 10 minutes, and then I'll check it and see how done my potatoes are. I'll just take a little knife or something and pierce them. But I'll let y'all know how long it takes. But I just wanted to show y'all how quick and easy this is going to be.
Grandma, you are killing me now. You cooking us a piece of lacy cornbread apiece.
I am.
About 4 carbs.
One
if you
piece.
cook it like she cooks it in her video on lacy cornbread.
That's right. 1 piece.
Oh my goodness. Grandma, I can't smell collards. Can you?
Oh, yeah. Y'all,
My smeller don't smell them.
I am telling y'all right now, this is one of the best collards I have ever cooked. Look at that meat. It just cooks all to pieces. Now, you talk about some good flavor. But that fresh pork. Now, if y'all like yours chopped up more, and I do it sometimes, I will take my little hand chopper here, and I will go in and I will chop them like this. Some people like them in bigger leaves. Some people like them chopped up. That's just according to how you like them. Now, y'all saw how much water I put. It was probably a cup, and look at all that juice. Now, what's good is to take some cornbread, whether it's lacy cornbread, gluten-free cornbread, whatever kind of cornbread, and put some of this.
The pot liquor.
We call it pot liquor. And look at there. Look at that piece of meat.
Grandmama, can we just tell them we'll see them later?
I have got a little, I told y'all I was putting bacon grease in them. I forgot. But right after I went off camera, I said, oh, honey, I forgot the bacon grease. So I took the lid off. I put like 1.5 tablespoons of bacon grease.
Good old bacon grease.
Now, Roy said they needed to look shiny.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, collards need to look shiny. So, all right, y'all. My cornbread's ready to come, burning it back here. So, but that's all
Beautiful.
right. That'll be my piece. All right, we're going to get all this fixed up. We're going to make us a plate. We'll be right back.
Grandmama, you are building a beautiful plate. What you got there?
Y'all look at this. Wouldn't you love to put that in the center of your table or
Oh,
on
my
your
goodness.
table? Oh, my goodness.
All right.
Wow.
See those collards are shining?
Now, no sugar in these sweet potatoes. It's brown monk fruit and cinnamon. Salt, pepper on my pork steak. And y'all saw the seasonings, just salt and pepper in my collards with the seasonings that I've got that I put in there. Just the seasonings from that pork roast. So, y'all, we are about to have a feast.
We're showing up fixing to have a feast.
I'm telling you.
Are we going to taste of this on camera? You already
That
is.
meat, oh my goodness.
Woo.
It's fall off the bone tender. Y'all, that is so good. Yeah, we're going to make a plate
Okay.
as soon as I get through cooking this cornbread.
All right, we'll be right back.
All right, y'all,
Oh my goodness.
look at my lunch. Look at our lunch. Ooh, have you ever? Sweet potatoes in the air fryer, sugar-free, pork steak, collards straight out of the garden. Now, I'm telling you, when you can go to the garden, pick your vegetable, come in, and put it in a pot and cook it, nothing like it. This right here is good old Southern eating.
This is gold.
Eating. Now, this is gold to us.
Now,
You
the
are
only
exactly
thing might have
right.
been different sometimes in the old Southern days, back when my grandparents were living, is they might not have had pork, they might have had fresh possum with their turnips, and collards and sweet potatoes. That was a go-to. I know you don't like mentioning possums on your video, but
All right, y'all. I'm gonna cut that. Oh, I'm going to make us a
but it's the
plate.
truth.
Yeah, it is the truth. Yeah. The Southerners had to eat a
What
lot
we
of
could
times
get.
what they could get. Yes. All right, that's collards, and I'm gonna put 3 pieces of sweet potato
Oh my.
on, and Roy loves the bone, so I'm gonna go in here and get him a big piece like that. Y'all. Oh, and he's got to have a piece of cornbread, y'all.
We gnaw the bone at the table and fight the dogs in the yard over the bones.
Look at this. Look at that. Now,
Grandmama?
how many of y'all out there wish you had smell-o-vision? Hey, had taste-o-vision. Wouldn't
Yes,
that be
goodness.
wonderful?
Oh, my.
My goodness. All right, baby. Dig in. That's what we say in the South. Dig in.
You got that right.
These are some of the best collards, y'all,
Girl,
I've ever eaten.
you have killed them.
They are. Now, I put we like a little sweetener, just a little bit in our collards, in our greens. So I put like probably 2 teaspoons in that whole big old pot, and y'all see how many collards we have. And these sweet potatoes, I cooked them like 15 minutes on 360. Perfect, man. Perfect sweetness. And I added no more butter, no more sweetening, no more anything to them except what you saw me put in the air fryer. Tell me, honey.
Welcome to the South. That's all I got to say.
Is it good? Now this meat is so tender. Okay, y'all. All I can say is bon appetit. Who used to say that?
I don't know.
Somebody I used to watch would say bon appetit. Was that Julia Childs?
I don't remember.
Anyway, food feasts the family, family feasts the heart, God feasts the soul. Put deliciousness back in
Healthy food.
healthy food. Love y'all. See you next time.
God bless.